Okay, so next up is Intrigue and Nocturne. Looks like a bunch of minions, but there's also, you could probably make use of every single card on this board here, honestly. Cursed Village is beautiful, it's brilliant. I'll explain the cards as we go along in time here. So the opening, I thought about it a little bit while I could. I'm looking at Shantytown. So the Shantytown works well with the Knights, the Monastery and Cobbler here because they don't actually count as actions, they're Knights, so Shantytown doesn't care if they're in your hand. So I'm thinking about something like Shantytown and Pawn, or Shantytown and Silver. I would like to get to 5 to buy minions, is what I want. Shantytown draws, that can help you get to minion, and the Silver is obvious, right? It can also help you get to minion. So my opponent he opens with a Monastery here. It's also something I thought about, opening with a Monastery to trash. Like I said, it doesn't interfere with the Shantytown at all. And my opponent actually has 2-5 and goes for a Cobbler. Cobbler is nice, very nice 5 cost. Duration, you put it into play, and then at the start of your next turn, you will get to gain a card costing up to 4. Like this Conclave here. So I do get the Conclave, it has 2 money on it, but more importantly, it gives you an action if you could connect it with an action that's not in play yet. It's weird, it's a real strange piece of action. Anyway, I bought it mostly for the silver. And not quite to 5 yet, I have to get rid of a couple more estates. 4 is going to be another conclave for me. I know I have more conclaves than action cards, but whatever. So here, let's see, I almost mess up with the monastery again, right? I can't trash the copper from play here, not just cards from hand. Anyways, my opponent gets up to 5 here, the Shantytown to hand helped him out, I assume. And he picks up a minion, which is good for him. 4 again. All these $4 hands, man. I'm not gonna pick up another conclave, guys. What am I gonna do with 100 conclaves? Just buy a pawn instead. The pawn is nice for the plus buy, although there is the Sacred Grove available for the plus buy as well. Anyways, now I have 5. Now I'm going to buy the minion. So yeah, you see how the conclave works here, right? I have to chain it with a card that's not in play. So here it worked out pretty nice. I was able to use the pawn to draw, then it found a Shantytown. I mean, I knew the Shantytown was in the back, that's why I took the chance with the pawn. It turned out to work well. Right, so 5 again. Think about this Tormentor thing, but yeah, to gain Imps, it has to be the only card in play, and that's difficult for me to do at this point. Imp is a very, very good card. Beautiful card. I'll show you later, if you don't already know. Anyway, so I have a minion now, which is cool. Very cool. So I have a couple options on how to play this, right? I could draw with the Shantytown or draw with the minion. Choose to draw with the minion, of course, because it's 4 cards, plus I get an attack in. 6 for my opponent, he goes for 1 minion. So I think with 2 each on the minions. And yeah, we're both slowly trashing stuff with the monasteries around. Not the greatest of hands here for me. I just have $4 again, which is a little bit uncomfortable, but I am going to pick up conclaves. So the conclave kind of says, okay, if your deck is diverse, it has lots of action cards, it'll reward you because you could chain conclave this, conclave that, conclave the other thing. And good times, right? Good times, good times. So here, the only option for me to conclave is the pawn. That's the only option. I go for card and buy here. I don't really know why, uh, but it does allow me to actually do a couple extra things. So the buy now is pretty nice. I'm unable to trash any of my coppers, and I just pitched 4 of them, so I know that they exist. They're just not in my hand to trash. 8 is an interesting amount of money. You could buy lots of things, right? I could buy more minions, more Sacred Groves. I end up going for what? A pawn and a Sacred Grove. Yeah, so the Sacred Grove is just because I have too many conclaves and I need them to find suitable targets. And well, the Sacred Grove is nice as well, so I could be continually picking up minions. Maybe the minion is better, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have a feel for any of these Nocturne cards yet. Especially in combination with the rest of Dominion. But I go for the Grove. I go for the Grove, hoping to, make the conclaves a bit happier. But in this shuffle, for example, they showed up all at the top and all the other action cards were at the bottom. So yeah, conclave is weird, it's strange, because you get the best use of it when you could chain it to something, but I haven't been able to do so in the shuffle, so now they're kind of dead when I see them. So here, all of these things are in play. The Conclave is a dead card at this point. And I even draw into another Conclave. Even more dead things. Hooray. So I don't know. Maybe you don't want too many Conclaves. I don't even see a Monastery. But I do see 10, which is nice. And the Cursed Village. Cursed Village is beautiful. When you buy it, you have to take a Hex like this one here, Misery. But it's brilliant, especially here. So draw to 6 and gives you 2 actions. So yeah, you already know what's going to happen, right? Stick the pawn into play, the minion into play, then play the Cursed Village, drop 6 cards. That's a lot of cards. Cursed Grove, I believe, is 3 coins. Anyway, so we're both building things here. Really, you're trying to get a lot of money into your deck, right? So the Conclave is money, yeah. The Minion is money, yeah, which is why I want the Minions. The Sacred Grove actually is a little bit more money than both of those things put together. The Tormentor is also money, as well as a Hexer. Can't even say Cursor because it's not. It doesn't give you curses, it just hexes people. So another 10 here. I'm just going to pick up a couple minions. Really is the most reliable thing to do here. Or maybe Cursed Village, Sacred Grove is better. I don't know. Maybe it is. Just because the Grove is more money and the Village will definitely draw lots. If not as much, at least as much as a minion. I don't know. Hard to say. Hard to say. But Cursed Village is brilliant. Is beautiful. Anyways, so we are going to finish the minions. The conclaves are low. The next thing we're going to look at here is Cursed Villages and Sacred Groves. So my opponent picks up a couple villages here and gets to trash a bunch of things out from his hand with the Monastery because he gained 3 things there, right? 2 villages and a minion. So yeah, that's pretty nice for him. Here, okay, so here the conclaves behave nicely, right? So I can conclave into Shantytown, then conclave into what's this thing called Sacred Grove. But they haven't always been doing that, so I don't know. Maybe to make the thing with the conclave work, you want something like you want to use more of the cursed villages rather than the minions. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so if you're using the cursed villages, presumably you'll be using the Sacred Grove as well. And here I just tried to go for a bit of extra money. I hexed myself, and so if I've hexed myself very badly, I've given myself negative 2 points, and this last hex makes it so that I'm unable to buy action cards on my next turn. That is a vicious hex, because I was planning to build some more, right? I was planning to get a couple more groves, a couple more villages, and then hit the provinces. I did pick up Tormentors here, just to try to hex my opponent, but the Tormentors are at least 1 less money than the Grove, right? The Grove can be worth more, provided an appropriate boon comes up. My opponent does take a Tormentor here, but more importantly, he has 1 extra Sacred Grove to me, and you'll see how it comes into play here. So I will enter the end game at this point because I unwittingly hexed myself into, you know, not being able to buy any action cards this turn. So I could buy knights, so you could still buy knights. Some of the knights are not action cards, so that's fine. But I don't want more monasteries or cobblers. In fact, these monasteries are irritating me now. They're just junk cards in the deck. I would love to get rid of them. My opponent, I believe he has removed all of his monasteries from the deck. I'm not sure, or at least the 1 anyway. So here, yeah, so here the Tormentors come out. They don't really hurt my opponent so much. I don't know. I don't really know the value of hexing somebody, or you know, like multiple hexing somebody. I had put 2 Tormentors into play here, so I double hexed. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so province for me here. What to do on 6 is interesting. Could be Duchy, or it could be Cobbler early. I pick up the Cobbler instead of the Duchy because the Cobbler maybe might help me to end the game. If I could put it into play, it might get me something useful that might help kickstart my turn, like a Shantytown or a Conclave or something. I don't know. Anyways, this is not a good hand. I hope my opponent attacks me here. Honestly, this is not a good hand at all. This is a much better hand. Thank you for the attack. But yeah, so you see I came up with, what, 22 last turn or something? Yeah, 22. And you'll see what my opponent ends up coming up with here on this turn. I think he comes up with, I believe, 24 or 25 or something. And as it turns out, the extra money from the Sacred Grove, he has one extra Sacred Grove to me, right? Actually comes into play, because he's able to triple province. I can't do that. I don't think I can do that. He's not sure whether or not I could do that. But having the extra Sacred Grove makes it more likely for him to do so, because he's more likely to get more benefits out of the Sacred Grove. It could potentially be 4 coins, right? So he does take 2 provinces here, and he's hesitant about taking the 3rd, because he's not sure if I can get to 3. I did get up to 22 last turn, but I don't know, maybe I might be able to get more than that this turn, depending on whatever boons I get. So he plays it safe, as he should, and picks up on nobles instead. So now at this point, it's a bit of a sticky situation for me. I know he can triple province, but I will still buy provinces, because if I don't buy the provinces, what else am I doing? Like, if I leave 4 provinces in the stack and he buys 3 of them next turn, I'll probably lose anyway, so there's no real point in not buying at least 1 province here. And as it turns out, I don't trigger the shuffle and go back in to look for things. Maybe I could have done that very safely, but I didn't want to take the chance. Maybe this was stupid. Maybe I should have discarded here and gone looking for more things, but I stopped. Maybe I shouldn't have stopped, and I go for province duchy. So like I said, I mean, leaving 3 provinces there is about the same as leaving 4 provinces there. So he plays through everything, and he actually comes up with 1 coin short. He had 1 card left in his deck. It was a silver, which would have pushed him to 25, I believe. He ends up on 23 here, and it's a pretty sticky situation for him. I'm pretty glad that I wasn't in this situation, but I think in the end he makes the right decision. He doesn't touch the province pile. He just picks up 3 nobles. So the nobles are points, and they also don't really hurt his deck. Like, you can still use them for useful things as actions or draw. They could connect with a conclave or something. That'll be an excellent collision for him. So he goes for triple nobles and just hopes, I guess, that I can't triple province. I mean, he was hesitant about that, wary of that on the last turn, so he might have been a bit nervy about doing this. But I believe he had to, because double province for him here just makes it so easy for me to win. Even if you use double province duchy, I just need 15 and 3 buys as a cakewalk for this deck. 15 and 3 buys would be province, duchy, estate to win. So anyways, I draw dead, so it doesn't even matter too much here. Rubbish, absolute rubbish. What am I to do if I get draws like this? I mean, in the end I don't think it matters, because I don't think I could have picked up 3 provinces, but you know, it's the principle. Is the principle. I could have at least, you know, made it look like I was 2 coins away. Oh, so close. But the reality is that, you know, less than 24 is less than 24. It doesn't matter how much less than 24 you are. So he picks up the last 3 provinces to win game 2 here. So we actually used quite a few. We used everything on the board. That's impressive. Very good. Very good exhibition of Nocturne and Intrigue here. The Sacred Groves, they're proper payload cards, so maybe you should keep an eye on them. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.